Yo, what it do, TV land? What it do? What it do? What it do, TV land? What it do, man? What it do, man? Top of the afternoon, man. Top of the afternoon, as you can see, man. One of them days, man. It's one of them days again. We going in, man. You see what it said at the top title, YouTube world? The top title. Hey, man, I want to do this experiment Thursdays, man. So this is the first jump off. This is going to be the first EP. I want to do this every Thursday. I want to do this on Thursdays, man, specifically, man. And today's title is called Parenting. Parenting youths and young adults. Parenting youths and young adults. Awareness of life, man. Parenting youths and young adults. Awareness of life, man. Let's go. Tap that button, man. Push that like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, man. We're in the building, man. Yeah. CEO Nino Cappucino, AK Bunny Hunter, BJ the Breeze in, man. I'm on the black couch with it today, y'all. Chillaxing, man. We're on the black couch. Hey, look, man, like, really, for real, today's topic and subject is just basically freestyling as a parent and sharing some of my experiences with other parents out there in the TV land world, man. And we coming together as parents and trying to come up with solutions and resolutions, you know, to evolve our kids, man, to make our kids better so that they can have a future in life, period. Because it's like these Negroes don't want peace out here, man. These Negroes don't want change. These so-called gangsters and killers and all these old fake-ass niggas in the streets, they don't want change, bro. And half of these niggas, the crazy part about it, half of these ninjas got kids. These dumb, stupid niggas had the nerve to have kids, and they want to be gang members, gang bangers, and killers and shit, but they gonna go have kids. Kids is a responsibility, man. For those out there who don't know this, as a parent, kids are true responsibilities. Straight up. They are responsibilities. Kids are real responsibilities. Man, I'm going to put my microphone right there pretty close to me so make sure you guys can hear me. But kids are responsibilities, man. True responsibilities at that. So if you're not a true, devoted, dedicated father, and you know you don't want to take on those full responsibilities, then why go stick your little dingling in something and have a baby then, man? It's so easy for you ninjas to lay down, fuck these dirty pussy ass heifers and have babies by them and don't want to turn around and take care of the responsibility because she tripping or y'all not getting along. That baby didn't ask to be born in the world. That child didn't ask to be born in the world, man. Y'all brought that child in the picture. So when I say y'all, you and her, two individuals of that choice. So when that happens, as a parent, in this world, this lifestyle we live in today, man, if we don't wake up and learn how to regroom, revamp our situation as parents, and just as human beings, as a black culture, period, just think where the children going to be 10 years from now. The kids behind the kids that's having kids right now, imagine where they're going to be 10 years from now, let alone 20 years from now, man, and where their mentality is going to be if we're not teaching and we don't grasp a hold to our household and clamp down on our households the way it used to be, man. Just because the government set these fucking rules out here and these standards out here that we supposed to abide by as parents, when we're the one producing and having these kids, what's taking you and what's stopping you from being a parent and having the obligation of being a parent and a devoted parent and saying F they damn rules, man, F what they talking about. In my household, the rules stand by what I put down and what I say, because I'm the father and the mother. And this is our house. This ain't got nothing to do with the government, period. So until we come out of that mentality as a parent and as a man, until you ninjas stop being little boys with dicks and just having babies and thinking it's cute to have 5 or 6 baby moms. I don't know how you niggas do it. I don't know how you suckers do that, man. Lay up with 4 or 5 bras and have 4 or 5 baby mamas. And then how these heifers sit here and have 7 or 8 kids with 5 or 6 different baby daddies. And them hells be proud of that shit. You know what that says? It says a lot about that woman's characteristics. She's insecure. She don't have a stable mind, obviously, because you done lay down and had 5 kids by 5 different fucked up individuals. When you should have learned from the first situation. First time, okay, cool. Second time, definitely a learning process. You don't make them mistakes 3 or 4 times. So it's like, bro, they have took us, took our households, took our mentality, took our minds. They have warped us so drastically to the point where we're not even thinking no more, period. We don't even think. It's like we don't even think for ourselves. We let this internet do the thinking. We let the internet do the predicting and the narrative and telling you how to do it and when to do it and what to do. Instead of you being a real parent and thinking with your mindset. This is why I always tell this to the youngers out there and to the youths, man. This is your power. This is your power, the mind, bro. This is your power. Not no gun, not no pistol, not no AK, not no AR-15, not no bazooka, not no bomb, none of that shit. This is your overall power, the mind, man. And until you change the mindset, until you come out that frame of thinking, you're going to be lost, man. So to all my youngers out there, to all my youths, my teens, the kids, this is the part where, as parents, we got to go back to really parenting and clamp down on these babies, bro. Say these baby souls, because they don't know better. If you're not teaching it to them, how they going to know? And you wonder why these little sons and the boys and the teenage boys today and the young adult boys today are really just little boys. They 23, 24, 25 years old thinking they mean, but them niggas ain't that but really still little boys. They ain't even grown yet. They haven't grown up. They just little boys. So it's like until we teach them, till we guide them in the right form and fashion, then how will they know? They will only continue to seek and destroy themselves, man, if the teaching is not there, man. So I'm talking to my parents, to my men out there. You niggas got to step back up to the ladder, man, and become real men, real fathers, not baby daddies. Take yourself out of that equation. Take yourself out of that baby daddy category, man, and put yourself in a category as a devoted, sacrificed father, man. And understand that lane. Understand what it means to be a real, true father, man. It's like, come on, man. These souls can't be saved in the world and in this era, in this generation, if we're not trying to save those souls, man. And when I say we, us OGs, us as fathers, we got cats in the penitentiary system, in the prison system, that would love to be free right now today and be a father to their children. Even though they've been gone and don't really know their kids, man, physically, but they know them mentally because they carried their kids, they carried that child in their soul the whole time they was down, the whole time they was in jail, the whole time they was incarcerated. While the mama was tripping and don't want the kids to see the father or know who the father is, the father still was devoted to his son or his daughter that he never had an opportunity and a chance to meet or know because they carried that shit in their soul and their heart. Because that's what real men do. And so a lot of these cats didn't have an opportunity. They ain't got the chance to be able to be a father physically to their child out here. So they can't even have a relationship telecommunication wise with their children because of the baby mama syndrome, because the baby mamas do what they do, because the females do what they do and take the kids and use the kids as crutches, use the kids against us, use the kids, to hold over our head, you know what I mean, for ammunition. Just all various of reasons when it was all wrong, man, because what they don't know is when she do these things, it's damaging the kid. You think you're damaging him. Yeah, you hurt him. You hurt him drastically, but you really hurting your child. You're taking from your child, lady. You're taking all the opportunity of this child to know who their father is, to know who the man is who laid down with you and produced this seed. You're taking that opportunity away from him or her. And that's wrong. That's pure D wrong. It's not right. It's not righteous, and it's damn sure ain't right, man. And this is the world we live in. These females use the kids as crutches and fucking trophies. But then you run your tramp ass down there to Uncle Sam and let him become your man. because he gonna give you money. But behind that money he giving you is rules. And those rules is, I bet not catch him in the household. I bet not catch him even around. You don't even need him no more. So now your mentality is so warped as a woman, you start thinking in that fashion. So this is why we got all these females out here talking about single. Yeah, you single because Uncle Sam is applying for you. Let's take the equation of all this AFDC, food stamps, assistance, take all that shit out the equation of the world and see what happens. Boy, you heifers will be knocking down doors trying to have a man, knocking down doors trying to be with a real alpha, real mega man who has his life together. I ain't talking about some nigga. I ain't talking about some old broke ass bum baby daddy nigga. A man. You're going to be praying to God for a man then when they take all that free money from y'all asses. I'm not talking about the working women. I'm not talking about the women who use that system as a hustle to get to where they need to get as far as having a set career in their life. I tip my hat off to them kind. I salute you. I'm talking about the career welfare heifers. I'm talking about the career living Section 8 heifers that's living off that shit, been off it for 25, 30 years freely. Ain't even thinking about buying a house. Ain't even thinking about purchasing no property or no land, no none of that, because the money is being given to them freely. But what happens if one day, one single day, you wake up and they pop up on the news and say, breaking news. We are now taking away all assistant government programs when it comes down to the assistance of kids being born, and we provide money to single mothers. You got to go get a job, get a trade, because we ain't giving no more free money away. What the hell are you going to do then? How would you handle your situation and handle yourself then, man? It's a question. I don't know what's going on with my chat box. Well, my chat box ain't lit up. Or what's happening? I must have pushed that live chat button. But anywho, what are you going to do then, man? How do you ask yourself, without the money, without the fundings, what do you do? So it's like, fellas, stop letting these heifers bluff on you and wolf on you out here, talking about they don't need it, man, don't need this, they don't need that. Yeah, they need it. In the end, we're going to find out just who need who and who need what in the end. We all finna find out because it's finna get wicked, especially you dumb blacks, you dumb, stupid blacks who's about to go down there and run down to that vote and vote this situation and vote this heifer in the office, especially you dummies. It's like, it's crazy how we fall into the lane of all the bullshit hype instead of doing our own homework. It's crazy, man. And now here we go again. You don't have no sense of thinking and sense of direction to have common sense to understand politics, obviously. Here's an assigned appointee who was under the worst president that we had yet, who corrupted the world, stepped in the office for 4 years, and got us in a high cost of living recession. Gas is damn near $7. His colleague is the person running in office right now to take the step in the throne to the next level as president. He assigned her. He put her next to him as his left arm riding shotgun. And now dumb blacks who believe in the hype are finna run down there because they think, oh, she's a black woman. Oh, she this, she that. Just stupidness, man. And now they finna vote another situation in the office and make it worse for us. Well, worse for you damn motherfuckers out there who don't want to get off your ass and make nothing happen in your life. It's worse for you individuals who's out there already living under poverty-stricken conditions. It's going to be worse for you individuals out there who are living from check to check. And you think check to check. Oh, it's going to get worse for y'all. But us survivors, us visionaries, the ones that's already in productions, the ones that's already producing in their lives, the individuals who already have that vision and understanding to know where they need to be in their life and where they need to be striving, we're going to be the survivors. We're going to be the ones sitting back saying, yeah, we told y'all so. We told you jackasses, but you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to hear it, huh? What's up, Derek Mallory? I was wondering what was going on with that chat box, man. What it do? Twin City is in the building. Minneapolis is in the building, man. Yes, sir. So, yeah, man, it's like, it's going to get crazy, man. It's going to get worse and worse before we see any light of it being better. It's gonna get worse and worse. So this is why it's so important for me to try to reach out here, man, because it's not being talked about on the internet. It's not a lot of OGs. It's not no OGs really speaking to the youngsters out there, speaking to our youth. They ain't speaking to the young teens. They ain't trying to sit down with these youth. So I'm gonna start pulling youngsters in on my channel. I'm gonna start pulling them in, sitting them down for interviews on my podcast show with their parents. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start interviewing a parent with the son, or mothers, to you mothers out there in the TV land right now, to all you single mothers out there in TV land. If you're a Los Angeles native, you located in Los Angeles, man, and you want any type of mentorship, you feel me? And you don't have a man, or you don't have a big brother, or you don't have any type of guidance for that child in your life, in your household, and you have a wild son right now that's a teen, 13, 12, 14, 11, which is that ripe age, please hit my DM, man. Please hit my DM and take on my services. Please hit my DM and take on my services for mentoring. I guarantee you I could turn him or her around. I assure you I could turn him or her around. Guarantee you, because I got the formula. I have the formula. A1, I'm a real parent. I'm a father to my kids. I'm not their friend. I ain't their homeboy. I'm their father, straight up. And I guide and I teach and I directed mine. And I still am. And they're young adults. But I still got to give them certain guidance as teaching, even though they're young adults, because that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. It's a lifetime contract when you become a father, man. Your contract ain't up when the kid is 18 years old or you stop paying child support because they turn 18. No, you have a lifetime commitment contract as a parent, a father to your children, man. Whether you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 of them, you're supposed to be a devoted, dedicated, lifetime contract committed father to your children, which means the hell with what they talking about. It's a whole lot of things they're going to be against your teaching that they ain't going to understand. You teach them anyway. Because in the end, as a child growing, they'll learn the way, and they'll learn to appreciate. And then will turn around and come back in terms and tell you, daddy or mama, you was right. I apologize. You know, as a young adult now, looking back on my life and looking back on things, you was right. You was right. It's like, also as a parent, man, we could have, you know, the most beautifulest household you could provide. Because my kids were spoiled growing up. Still right now today, spoiled. Brats. Twins. I spoiled the hell out of my kids. But I wasn't a crutch. Even though I spoiled them and took care of them, but I taught them. I taught them how to survive on their own. I taught them how to be able to take care of themselves on their own as young adults. That's why they're out in the world on their own. They're not living under my roof still at 22 years old because they don't know how to survive. They don't know how to hold down a job. They don't know how to grind or hustle. No, I taught mine well. Thank God I was able to have that guidance and that structure in me as a man, as a devoted father, and teach my kids, man, and guide my kids. So I taught mine well. And I've always embedded that education in them. It's a must. It's essential, because that's your power. No matter what, this is always going to be your power, the mind. So I've always instilled that in my kids, man. Always, bro. Is that D-Deb? I can't really see the screen from here. But anywho's, so it's like, as a father, man, not no baby daddy, a father, it's your duty for us to step back up to the plate, man, and clamp down on the parenting and the teaching of these kids, man, and guide them and saving their lives. To my gangsters out there, to my OGs, man, let me explain something to you and express something to you. Don't rattle your brain and think because you're not giving back to the community or to your communities physically in money or in material wise, you don't owe that shit to no community. Don't no real man who made it out of his community, and I'm going to stress this, don't no man, no matter what gang he came from, how he banged, don't no individual owe shit to his hood and to no goddamn community, especially a community who ain't helping the community. The communities ain't even saving themselves first and foremost. How you going to save a community when the communities are not even being villages? They're not even trying to help one another and save the community. So how you going to step in and save a community by feeding them? That ain't saving the damn community because you give out some food. You just fed them for one day. That's it. You didn't change shit. You didn't change this and this. You didn't change the mind and the soul, bro. So until we learn this, man, and come off this bullshit about thinking because you spent a few dollars or you went and put some food down in your community, you're helping your communities. I'm doing for my communities. Man, that's bullshit. You're providing for that day to someone who didn't have a meal, which is great. Don't get me wrong. That's greatness. But the real way we provide and we help these communities is doing what I'm doing right here. We as OGs got to get on the forefront. We got to get on the front line and we got to talk that talk, man. We got to teach them. We got to teach these youths. We got to teach these young adults what they really don't know. We got to teach them our mistakes. We got to embed that shit in their head. Our mistakes is gangsters. Our mistakes is walking yards for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 15 years, 32 years, 35 years. Some lifers and walking them yards and being able to get out and come home. We got to teach them that shit, bro. That you don't want to do that, man. Because for y'all to walk off 30 years in the next 30 years, ain't no telling how the prison system is going to be. It's going to be way different than what it was for us. It was worrisome for us. Worrisome, man. So imagine the future. So it's like we gotta take control as OGs, and we gotta deliver this shit back to the communities. That's your way of giving back to your hood, man. That's your way of giving back to your community, your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience as an OG. How did you make it out? If you could save 2 individuals by teaching them, this is how I made it out, young homies. This is how I was able to get out the same situation y'all in, toting guns, walking around in circles in my hood for 18, 19 hours a day doing shit and broke as hell. Ain't got $1 in my pocket. Oh, let me hit that, homie. Oh, homie, let me borrow $5, homie. Let me hold something, big homie. You hear how that shit sound? That was never me as a young nigga. That was never me. That ain't never been me as a youngster. Big and let me hold something. I went and got it. I learned from my big homies. I learned from the G's. I learned from my father and my parents. And I went and got it. I went and took it. So it's like, it's a big difference, man. So until we as men that are having these children as parents and the women start back becoming women and not bad bitches, but women. And be a woman and a mother to your daughter, not her homegirl. And a mother to your son, not her friend and his homegirl. You'll see the difference in your household. You'll see the growth in your household. Until we take back that control, until we take back that mentality, our society gonna be doomed, man. We are not gonna reproduce. We're not gonna continue to reproduce families, bro. We're not gonna have families grow up and have the opportunity that we had as families, having big mamas, pawpaws, Uncle Junebug, Uncle Clarence, Uncle Kenny's. These kids ain't gonna have that. They already living in that type of world. They didn't took all that away from us. Those generations have died off on us. All the great-grandparents have died off on us. All the uncles, the great-great-uncles, the uncles have died off on us. So you see, what do they have to hold on to in which we had once upon a time if we don't teach it to them? If we don't step up to the plate and you become that appointed individual of your family who bring all the family together for family functions, family reunions, do the things that your mom, your grandma, your pawpaw, your grandfather, your parents taught you, and you bring that unification, you bring that unity together to hold that family together. If you're not doing that, man, this is why the families are so apart. This is why when you see families go to functions now, how you gonna go to a family function and y'all ain't even talking, y'all ain't even interacting? You standing over here on one side, you standing over here on the other side, and you're not even literally talking to your family, but you at the function. That's crazy to me, bro. I didn't grow up like that, man. And I can't be around nowhere I'm not fully welcome. I refuse to have my presence anywhere in life and I'm not really welcome. If I gotta go stand around niggas and tote my pistol, then what the fuck I'm there for? Why am I around you niggas? I gotta tote my pistol. Because I can't trust none of you niggas neither. And we so-called homies. Y'all see how backwards this shit is, man? So it's like, bro, until you change the mindset and the soul and allow yourself growth and change, man, you niggas is doomed out there, man. You're doomed. And while you're doomed, our kids are suffering. They're even doomed even worse, man. Hey, man, it's your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter BJ, the Breeze in, man. You're tuned in, you tapped in, the rules of engagement, 2414. Go push that like, share, subscribe button, and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Today's topic, today's subject, man, R.O.E 2024 Livedrop 139, man, parenting, youths and young adults, man. Youths and young adults, awareness of life, man. Today's topic, today's subject. I'm going to try to do this every Thursday, man. I want to come on Thursdays and bring awareness to our parents and bring awareness to our youths out there, man, and try to get to those youths, man, because that's what it's about. Get to these young teens and these kids, man. The hell with you grown niggas. We got to get to these kids and these young youths, man, and stop them in their tracks from following y'all actions. Because obviously y'all ain't going to tell them. Y'all don't want them to learn. Y'all don't want to see peace. So y'all don't want them to learn, man. So it's obviously y'all not going to tell them, man. So on that note, man, you've been tapped in, you've been buzzed, and slapped by lightning bolt, man, by your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter BJ, the Breeze in, man. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Again, all my youngins out there, man, to my youths, I'm going to continue to tell you, don't believe the hype of the streets, man. Don't believe the hype of these fake-ass niggas wearing all this fake jewelry, fake rappers, fake gangster rappers, fake everything. Don't believe the freaking hype. Go to school, clear your mind and your conscience, and you're going to say, damn, OG Bonnie Hunter BJ was right. He was right. It's a blessing to have the knowledge and to learn. And another thing, again, about schooling, right? This is real quick before I go. This is where we made a lot of mistakes growing up ourselves as parents because it was taught to us after generations after generations after generations. They're teaching us wrong. They're giving us backwards education, you guys. So as parents, if I had the opportunity to do it all over, this is why I put my kids in private school, private charter school. This is why my kids became bilingual, because I seen the future. I seen the Mexicans take over. I seen they take over this country. I seen it. So what I did was put my kids in a world. I put my babies in pre-K into all predominant Hispanics, Chinese, and Koreans charter school. And they went there all the way to the 8th grade. If I wouldn't let my daughter croon me in to take them out of there and put them in the public school, they would have graduated from that school. They would have graduated from charter school. They would have graduated from private school. But they last 3 years, what was it? No, the 10th grade, 10th, 11th, and 12th, they senior years, 3 years, they did in high school. And I regret that shit. It's a regret I regret. Although they graduated from school, they made it through all that, but I regret it because it took them away from the equation of my overall plans for them or how I wanted them to be once they became 20 and 21, the levels they would have been on, including my sister, the way she set my daughter up. So even though you have a thorough household, your money can be right, and you grooming your kids, you teaching them, you training them, doesn't mean they're going to grow up to become perfect kids or not get in trouble or not have any experiences, because this is what teens do. I was once a teen. You was once a teen. So it's going to happen. So it don't necessarily mean it's your fault or we made a mistake or where did I mess up at because your kid decided to go left. And my daughter told me this. I had this conversation with my baby. My daughter told me this. She was like, Daddy, whatever things that me and Nino do and we rebel and we do certain things acting out, it's not your fault, Daddy. It's not your fault that you didn't raise us right or you didn't do the right things. Kids gonna be kids. Teens gonna be teens and young adults gonna be young adults, and we gonna do stupid things sometimes. And when I heard my daughter tell me that, to know her maturity level, to be able to tell me that, I was like, wow, that blew me back. But I understood it as a parent, clearly. So going back in the time, if I could take a few steps back on what I did as a parent, I would have took my kids out of public school and I would have homeschooled my kids all 12 years. I would have homeschooled them. They would have learned from home. Even they bilingual languages, they still would have learned from home. I'd have taught them from home. I would have became a teacher and a professor. And it's a lot of parents out there couldn't do that. You couldn't homeschool your kids because you're not educated. You don't know how to read or write. You don't know math. You're not a mathematician. You don't know how to subtract. You don't know how to multiply. You don't know how to do, square rooting. You don't know how to do algebra. So these things is hard to you as a parent, so you can't instill it and teach it to your child. You know what that means? You need to take your ass back to school and re-educate yourself as a parent. That's not embarrassing if you go redo it and re-educate yourself. What's embarrassing if you continue to live your life like this and you can't teach your child when your child come home with homework and your baby come in and say, hey, mama or daddy, what do this equation mean? You go, oh, shit, go ask your teenage brother. I don't know nothing about this stuff. Go ask little Johnny. And little Johnny is teaching his little sister because little Johnny is self-teaching himself because he go to school to listen and learn. He's not learning it from home. You see how backwards that is? So as parents, everything starts at home. Teaching is the primary aspect of us as a parent, and it's supposed to start at home, not in school, man. School is an extracurriculum outside of home as we being the primary teachers. On that note, man, I hope this message gets out. I hope this message get around. I hope a lot of my parents tune into this message and allow their kids to listen to this message. As you know, this message is rated. There's not a lot of cussing. There's not a lot of profound language in this message. This is the purpose of me doing this message like this, man, because I want to reach our youths out there. I want to reach our young teens and our young adults out there, man. Feel me? And again, to all the single mothers out there in the world, if you have a son that's acting out right now, you have a daughter that's acting out, please hit my DM, man, because this is what I do. This is the type of work I do. Book my services. Book my services. If you're out of town, you're out of state, you still can book my services. I can do Zoom interviews. I can do Zoom one-on-ones with your child, man. You feel me? We can make it happen. I am a great mentor, man, and I know how to save souls. I've done it for 12 years, man. 12 consecutive years with my community. That was my way of giving back to my community, and I still give back to my community daily because I teach, I preach, and I guide. And I live this shit and I live it. I live and lead by example, man. Hey, man, this is your OG, man, Bonnie Hunter BJ, AK CEO Nino Cappucino, man. One of the most greatest, riveting, epic podcast shows around, man. We growing. It's popping over here at R.O.E, baby. As they say in New York, what's popping, son? What's popping, man? Hey, man, y'all know my lingo, man. You know my motto, man. Please, man, to my folks out there, don't drink and drive. Do not drink and drive, man. Stay safe out there. And we can't help it that over here in the mighty W, we always taught to survive. We are taught to survive. Ha! Yeah, man, and it's dangerous. Who is that? Who is that tapped in? Long study, what it do? S. Wade. I see y'all. Rashad. I see you, Rashad. I'm out here.